So much of mapping is focused on lat-long coordinates, but whoever knows those? A really important feature in the Google Maps APIs is the ability to go back and forth between lat-longs and places, like the happiest place on Earth. This is called geocoding, taking an address and getting the lat-long, and reverse geocoding, getting the address or place from a lat-long. We'll test out using the Geocoding API via an HTTP request to get a lat-long back from an address. I copied this request right from our developer sites. All of the requests start out in the same namespace and then specify the service and the output format in either JSON or XML. We then specify the input parameters. The required parameters here are only the address and your API key. We can also optionally include things such as a component restriction to limit the results to a city or a country, or a region bias to tell the geocoder that certain regions are better than others for the results that you expect. Let's execute this and see what we get back. Okay, at the highest level, we get back a few things here. The first thing that we'll look at is the status. This tells us whether our request was successful and is also largely shared between the various web services. There are several possibilities that we can see. OK means it found one or more results, so that's the one we want. Invalid request means something wasn't right in our request. Unknown error usually means there's some kind of error on the server and the request can be repeated until it's successful. We'll talk later about over query limit errors and also request denied errors, so don't worry about those yet. The address components section has information broken down into things such as street, town, neighborhood, country, state, etc. We also get a formatted address that we can use on its own. The geometry contains the lat-long of the actual location and other important info. And finally, we get a place ID, which is another unique identifier for any place, ranging from a whole country down to the granularity of a single address. We'll use that in conjunction with the Places API later in the course. Right now, we're interested in the geometry, so let's focus on that. This location is the lat-long that we're looking for. The location type is also very important. This tells us more about the point that we got back. Since this is a rooftop, it means we got an exact match for our location. Other values could be range interpolated, which means that the geocoder approximated a point based on surrounding points, or geometric center, which means that we got the center of a line. For example, if we had searched only for a road without an address, we would get the center of that road. Let's take another look at the address components. If we had done reverse geocoding, for example, and specified a lat-long in our request instead of an address, we'd be looking for this data. We can get the exact street address, or we can pull out other useful things, like, for example, the county, or that this address is on the Upper East Side of Manhattan. Typically, the components contain more information than the formatted address, so if you needed the detailed information, you'd need to parse through them. The link in the instructor notes has some detailed info on all the address components.
Before we go back and improve our listings app, let's review some stuff about the HTTP requests and responses.